I'm Alex Durant. I'm from Williamsburg, Virginia. Grew up here. Just local. The name of our business is M.D.G, Mythical Disc Golf, and it's located right here in Newport News, Virginia. What made me want to start the business, along with my partner and co-owner of this business, was the boys, the community that disc golf has in the area. Disc golf is probably one of the most popular, not just a sport for men, but for women, for children, for families overall. It is a local community of people wanting to do the same thing. Have fun, be good at something, and not hurt yourself on top of it. Disc golf is not a sport you're really going to worry about hurting yourself. You can go out all ages. David and I, we have people that play with us that are in their 60s and 70s, and we're young 30-year-old adults, and they will give us a run for the money. This sport is not biased to your age, how strong you are, or any of that. But that's why we did this. Family. That's what M.D.G is all about. It's not just a business, it's a family. So not only on just this being about family and starting this business, it's also something that we love. We met, our friendship, our family's bond started with disc golf. Unlike a lot of our other friendships that we have. We know each other by face. It's always, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, man, how you doing? A lot of times we see each other once a week. Because Colonial Disc Golf Club, Tim Dempsey, he hosts a tournament. And when you go out there and you see all these people, anywhere from 35 people to 100 people on a Tuesday after work, after everybody works their 9 to 5, showing up in their work clothes, trying to just de-stress from our day. Sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it doesn't. But when you look around, you see all these name brand companies, all the pro sponsors and the pro companies. There is nothing local. No one has started a brand in the area. No one has done anything. No apparel, no nothing. All except for what you can order online, what you can buy at the sports stores locally, and that's it. There's nothing for the home man to say, this came from our town. This came from us. This is for our community. So why not? So we decided to, in an evening of just hanging out talking, to go ahead and do something. And we did. We started M.D.G. And it may not be very big right now. Nothing's ever big before it becomes big. It all starts out as an idea. But a lot of times, another reason we push for this is a lot of times it's nothing but an idea. We talk about this, we talk about that. What if we do this? What if we do that? And what happens? It was just a thought. This was not a thought because this is something in our heart. I've seen people get help through disc golf, go through hard times, just because the community, the group of people, the sponsorships that come out for our local and community disc golf tournaments, the reasons why they do certain tournaments like Let Fly 3.0 for veterans, for certain ones that are going through something medically and can't afford it, or somebody is sick, or for a local charity. That's why we do this. Give back doing something you love. It's not about seeing your name on the board. It's not about being a pro. It's about being a family. And that's what this disc golf community here in Hampton Roads is. We're one big family. I've never seen anybody truly argue on a disc golf course. Ever. And I've been playing for years. Years, I mean 5. And I love it. It's helped me through so many times. When I didn't want to come out of the house or do anything and didn't want to see people, to go out and play and just have fun, to let loose. There's nothing that beats being outdoors with your best friends and family, having a good time doing something you love. One of the largest difficulties that we're going to face as M.D.G is time. And I don't mean time, I mean time as in being able to get together to make this business grow, for it to boom, to become something. Because, like we said, this is a family ordeal. And that's what we do. We have 9 to 5s, we have families, we have wives, we're husbands, we're employees, we're fathers. That takes time. But that's something we'll get through eventually. It won't be like this forever. It'll turn into something. But time is going to be what we have to come against. Financially is going to be something that we may interfere with because the way the economy is. As you see, we have our first run. M.D.G, we finally got our first shirts. The price was not one that we liked, but it was a start. So now it's finding the right distributors. The customer grouping is there. You know, the business side of it's there. Because everybody that likes disc golf is all about disc golf. And especially if it's local. We love this community, Colonial Disc Golf, that we're a part of, loves the community. We love getting together and supporting our local parks and stuff. And that's what we want to do too. We want to be able to get to a place where we can do that. To be a sponsor, to sponsor somebody going through a tough time. But time and finance and the world that we live in is the difficulty now. So the short-term goal of M.D.G is to get it out to our local group, which is here in Williamsburg, Newport News, Hampton area. So what we want to do is get our first run of apparel out. As you can see, we finally successfully got our first batch of our M.D.G shirts in. And we're very excited about it. We're looking forward to getting it out so everybody can finally see something tangible. You know, everybody else we've talked to, we've been on social media, we've been in the group, we've talked about it, but there was nothing to put your hands on. Now there is. So if you ask me about a success or a failure, I believe it's a success as long as you continue to push through to do something. Failure is something that happens when we give up. Or we don't move on an idea. So I believe this is a success. We have our first run of shirts. We have the business. We have the clientele. We have the interest. Now it's time to just start printing and go. That's what this is about. Just doing it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's what we like to say. And you know, we want to do something, like I said, I'm going to continue saying this, local. This area that we live in is a large support your local business. There's a lot of them here. Some of them are our friends. Some of them aren't. But this is how we make friendship. This is how businesses grow, by getting together and helping each other succeed. So I consider this a success. With all of that being said, my advice to anybody else that's hesitant or wants to open their own business, just go for it. And don't slack out on it. Do the extra stuff. I say this a lot because I also work in community business alongside of my full-time job. What is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? And David's heard me say this before. The difference is a little bit extra. It's tiring. You got to take $80 to make $1 in this world. But just go for it. Look at your means and don't go beyond. It can always be changed. It can always be made bigger. Just don't step out there too large. But the most important thing is to make sure you take that first step. The first step is the important one. That's the hardest one. And my recommendation to anybody that wants to do this, find a like-minded person as well. When you find somebody that's like-minded with the same goal, you want to hold on to something like that because it's rare in this world. Surround yourself with people that are not looking out just for them, but are going to look out for you too. And don't forget to take the first step. That's the hardest one, and that's my advice to you.
So, my name is Roberto Guerrero from Houston, Texas, but I live in Newport News, Virginia. Name of the business is M.D.G Disc Golf, and it's located here in Newport News, Virginia. So, what made me want to start this business with my colleagues was the fact that I came to a new state, didn't know nobody, and y'all had been playing disc golf for a while. Y'all took me in like I was one of y'all, one of the friends, one of the guys, and y'all treated me very nice, and y'all introduced me to this new sport that I've never really even knew about until I met y'all. And I like the fact that, you know, we could all get together, y'all could teach me new strategies and how to better my game, and the fact that I could bring my family around, we could all play around and, you know, have fun together. So the goal for M.D.G Disc Golf is to expand it as much as we can and get it out to people, not necessarily fast, but in a smooth way, to the point where, you know, we get members in, we start, you know, getting a better team and a bigger team. Is to get it out there to the local community so they don't have to rely on ordering online or going to a big name brand store. They just come into a local shop, feel welcomed, and we give out our product and something they can rely on and feel welcomed. And it's, you know, it's the same thing as a name brand, like a big name brand store. They get the same product, but it's just, you know, where they can come in and they don't have to rely on wait times or anything. So the biggest challenges that M.D.G Disc Golf has right now is really just time and maybe a little like on the financial side, because most of us, the people who are the main, you know, founders of M.D.G Disc Golf, don't always have the same weekends off or the same days off to the point where we could get together and start planning out ideas. Most of it just comes from text messages or from whenever you're free or I'm free. Also, the fact that, you know, a lot of this, we're barely starting off from the bottom. So now we have to start talking to other people to start making shirts, and they have their prices set, and, you know, we're just not there yet to the point where we can just go up there and just, hey, I need like 50 shirts done, because, you know. So my definition of success is through so many failures and pushbacks, my plan is still slowly but surely going out the way I wanted it. So like us, we really don't have time or anything to link up and make videos and stuff, but we still got to play and wear the shirts, and people slowly start coming along and asking questions. They start getting really interested, and I see it as that's the first glimpse of success right there. The people just at the park just showing up and asking questions. They're really interested in it. And the fact that we start having to have people ask us about the shirts. So now we have a couple people interested in buying the shirts. So far I feel like we're a success. So the advice I would give to somebody who has similar goals or, you know, ideas would be not to take no for an answer. Don't take rejection or don't take it to heart, because everybody deals with it. Every company, every big name brand has dealt with big rejections, and look at them now. Through all the no's, all of a sudden there is a yes, and someone does take a chance on them.